We appreciate you all coming, and this is in honor of someone who would have been in the show but couldn't, Maddie Gillen.
Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes. Stage or Johnnies are not raging over you with gems and roses. When you let a fella hold your hand, which means an extra beer or sandwich, though you're warned against a ruining your reputation. When you've played around the one-night trade around a great big nation, while those men who give you jewels and sables only live in Aesop's fables. Life upon the wicked stage ain't nothing for me.
Now you have heard two familiar songs from Mr. Rodgers. Now you will hear less popular songs. Sound of Music was played by Dan Stant on the harmonica, and Edelweiss was played by Buddy Bowen on the trumpet. We will now hear from Harry Martincelli.
I think I should stand up. I'm small, you can't hear me back there. To millions of admirers throughout the world, the music of Richard Rodgers needs no introduction. There are a few facts that I think I would like to introduce that might flush him out. In a certain way, Richard Rodgers was born with his own yellow paved road laid out for him. He was born with an immense talent to create music. He was fortunate to be born into a family of good means, well means. His father was an established doctor in Manhattan, which was also a block along the way. The family had the means to recognize and support his talent. In the area of music, the family was able to support the tickets to keep him in and around show business in Manhattan. Okay? They recognized his talent, encouraged it, and promoted it. Along the way, he went to the Institute of Musical Art, which then later became the Juilliard School. From the Juilliard School, he then moved on to Columbia University. It was there that he met his first collaborator, Lorenz Hart. With Lorenz Hart, they started producing student shows. And it was a great collaboration effort on their part. Upon graduation, Richard Rodgers did graduate. Lorenz Hart did not. But in any case, they did go on. At the time they started collaborating, Richard Rodgers was only 17 years of age, and Lorenz Hart was an older man of 21. After school, they continued their collaboration, and on a professional level, around 1920 to about 1925, they did not achieve much success in the professional area. But then in 1925, the Theater Guild of New York offered them a musical review, which they accepted. They were looking for it. It was a blessing. But the Guild itself did not have much hope for it. All the talent involved with the musical review was unknown. The two songwriters certainly were unknown, and the rest of the talent was. And they also buried the musical in a second-rate theater called the Garrick. But what happened was the Garrick Gaieties, when it was produced and it hit the stage, was the sleeper success of 1925. It received great reviews. So great that the team of Rodgers and Hart was made right then and there. From that instant, from that production, they went on to all kinds of reviews, shows. They even extended their work to London's West End. The amount of work they produced was absolutely amazing. At any one time or in a day, they could be working on 2 or 3 shows at a time. They were into musical reviews, they were into what they call full book reviews, and as they say, with the London's West End productions too. They, I'm having a moment, anyway, so this continues on for 18 years. Amazing amount of production. The one thing I would like to point out to you is that Richard Rodgers never considered himself a songwriter. The music that he wrote was for the show. It fleshed out the show. The musical dialogue was the dialogue of the show. He had no commerce with the singers of the day. If they dropped a note in any one of his songs, he was irritated, okay? The songs were written, as was the music, for the particular show. The lyrics was the dialogue of the show, the music was the background of his shows. And this continued throughout his entire career. So this amazing man, it's amazing when you do some research on him. This talent came effortlessly to him in some ways. His collaborators could produce the lyrics, give it to him, and the following morning he would have the music. So anyway, with this background, I would now like to turn this mic, well, I haven't had it long enough, to the over-the-hill singers and players who will now produce, present, sing for you some of their songs. Thank you.
The following songs are in Rodgers and Hart's early shows. One of the first shows was I'd Rather Be Right, 1937. The title is Have You Met Miss Jones, sung by David Hirsch.
Have you met Miss Jones? Someone said as we shook hands, she was just Miss Jones to me. Then I said, Miss Jones, you're the girl who understands. I'm a man who must be free. And all at once I lost my breath, and all at once was scared to death, and all at once I owned the earth and sky. Now I've met Miss Jones, and we'll keep on meeting till I die, Miss Jones and I.
The next song is from Babes in Arms, 1937. The title is A Lady is a Tramp, sung by Yvonne Saint.
She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. Loves the theater but never goes late. She doesn't bother with people she hates. That's why the lady is a tramp. Won't go to crap games with Larry to know. Doesn't go to Harlem in ermines and pearls. Don't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. That's why the lady is a tramp. She loves the cool, fresh wind in her hair, the life without care. She's from that's Oaks, it's California, it's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp.
The next song is from Gareth Davies, 1925. The title is Manhattan, sung by David Hirsch and Nancy Palmiano.
Summer journeys to Niagara and to other places aggravate all our cares. We'll save our fares. I've a cozy little flat in what is known as Old Manhattan. We'll settle down right here in town. We'll have Manhattan, the Bronx and Staten Island too. It's lovely glowing through the zoo.
It's very
fancy in old Delancey Street, you know. The subway charms us so when balmy breezes blow to and fro. And tell me what street compares with Mott Street in July. Sweet push carts gently gliding by. The great big city's a wondrous toy, just made for a girl and boy. We'll turn Manhattan into an Isle of Joy.
The next song is from Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, 1927. The title is Thou Swell, sung by Diana Falk.
Thou swell, thou witty, thou sweet, thou grand, wouldst kiss me pretty, wouldst hold my hand. But thy eyes are cute too, what they do to me. Hear me holler at you, the sweet Lollapalooza in thee. I feel so rich in a hut for two rooms and kitchen. I'm sure would do. Give me just a lot of land, and the swell, the witty, the grand.
The next song is from Pal Joey, and the song is Bewitched, sung by David Hirsch.
I'm a fool, and don't I show it? But a fool has many charms. I'm in love, and don't I know it, like a babe in arms. Life is such a sad sensation. Lately, I can't sleep a wink. Like a child in wild anticipation, puts me on the blink. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a whimpering, simpering child again, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Couldn't sleep and wouldn't sleep till love came and told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I. Lost my heart, but I know it. She is cold, I agree. She will laugh, and I know it, although the laugh's on me. I'll sing to her, each spring to her, and hope that someday I can sing to her. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered am I.
We will now hear a word from our sponsor.
Lewisboro seniors, it's where we meet. New friends to make, old friends to greet. Each Wednesday, it's the place to go to hear a speaker or see a show. And when and where you can get information on current topics, have coffee, tea, and conversation. Then next week, why not choose to visit us? So what's to lose? This public service message has been brought to you by Lewisboro Parks and Recreation.
We will now continue on where Richard Rodgers performed with others as described by Ramona Fowle.
After Lorenz Hart passed away in 1943, Richard Rodgers began a successful collaboration with Oscar Hammerstein. They wrote a musical play called Oklahoma, which opened on Broadway in 1943. It thoroughly integrated all the aspects of musical theater, with songs and dances, and further developing the plot and characters. The title song, Oklahoma, was so popular that in 1953, the state of Oklahoma adopted it as its state song. After Oklahoma, Rodgers and Hammerstein were the most important contributors to the musical play form, with such masterpieces as Carousel, The King and I, and South Pacific. The partnership went on to produce these and other Broadway musicals such as Allegro, Me and Juliet, Pipe Dream, Flower Drum Song, and The Sound of Music, as well as the musical film State Fair and the television musical Cinderella, all featured in the review A Grand Night for Singing. Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals earned a total of 35 Tony Awards, 15 Academy Awards, 2 Pulitzer Prizes, 2 Grammy Awards, and 2 Emmy Awards. After Hammerstein's death in 1960, Rodgers kept writing his songs for the Broadway stage. These musicals were No Strings, which again earned 2 Tonys for music and lyrics, and the musicals Do I Hear a Waltz, 2 by 2, and I Remember Mama. Richard Rodgers died in 1979 at age 77. In 1999, Rodgers and Hammerstein were jointly commemorated on a United States postage stamp in its Broadway Songwriters Collection. They had made a memorable and unforgettable pair.
The next song is Flower Drum, 1958. The title is I Enjoy Being a Girl, sung by Diana Falk.
When I have a brand new hairdo and my eyelashes all in curl, I float as the clouds on air do. I enjoy being a girl. When men say I'm cute and funny and my teeth aren't deep but pearl, I just laugh it up like honey. I enjoy being a girl. I flip when a fella sends me flowers. I drool over dresses made of lace. I talk on the telephone for hours with a pound and a half of cream upon my face. I'm strictly a female, and my future I hope will be in the home of a brave and free male who'll enjoy being a guy, having a girl like me.
The next song is State Fair, 1996. The title is That's For Me, sung by Nancy Palmiano.
Sorry, Gene.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's working. Sorry, I can't.
I saw you standing in the sun, and you were something to say. I know what I like, and I like what I saw, and I said to myself, that's for me. A lovely morning, I remarked, and you were quick to agree. You wanted to walk, and I nodded my head as I breathlessly said, that's for me. I left you standing under stars, the day's adventures are through. There's nothing for me but the dream in my heart, and the dream in my heart, that's for you. Oh, my darling, that's for you.
The next song is No Strings, 1962, his own show. The Sweetest Sounds is sung by a new group, Dave and the Three Chicks.
The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear are still inside my head. The slightest words I ever know are waiting to said, the most entrancing sight of all is wait for us to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere for me.
The next song is from Rosemarie. The title is Stout-Hearted Men, sung by Bob Quinton.
Give me some men who are stout-hearted men, who will fight for the right they adore. Start me with 10 who are stout-hearted men, and I'll give you stout-hearted more. Bolder and shoulder, and bolder and bolder, they grow as they go to the fore. Then there's nothing in the world that can alter a man. Oh, when stout-hearted men can stick together, man to man.
Finally, we are proud to present music on Broadway from Cinderella. On television, Leslie Ann Warren was the first Cinderella from 1965 to 1972. Next came Julie Andrews, and finally, Whitney Houston. Besides Mr. Rodgers, collaborated with these lyricists: Rudolph Frimmel, The Desert Song; Sigmund Romberg, Rosemarie; Vincent Youmans, The New Moon; and Jerome Kern, Showboat.
Our final production number is The Cast Will Sing Rosemarie.
Oh, Rosemarie, I love you. I'm always dreaming of you. No matter what I do, I can't forget you. Sometimes I wish that I had never met you. If I I love you. Oh, my Rosemary. We'll get the more time. Oh, Rosemary, I love you. I'm always thinking of you. No matter what I do, I can't forget. Sometimes I wish that I had never met you, and yet if I should lose you, 'twould mean my very life to me. Of all the queens that ever lived, I'd choose you to be my Rosemary.
Hooray! Sorry for the inconveniences to the show, but the show must go on. I want to thank you all for coming. We did our very best, and our recordings are being sold outside as you go out. I'm very happy for any contribution. In the meantime, have a good day, and thank you. of all the people we couldn't do without, is Phil Gaberman at the piano. He worked with us real hard, and he was very good. So let's give him a big hand.
Take a picture of me.
Oh, another thing. The artwork done was by Barbara Ugetta, and the circulars that went around the neighborhood were done by my daughter, Marcy Hirsch.
Here's me some men who are stout-hearted men who will fight for the right they adore. Start me.
You're watching Lewisboro Community Television, Channel 20.